Do you ever feel stuck when speaking English, like no matter how hard you try, you can't sound fluent or confident? Here are 10 expert-level tricks that can completely transform how you speak English forever. Welcome to the ACA Spoken English series. These aren't your typical practice more tips. We're diving into techniques used by language coaches, public speakers, and fluent professionals to sound confident, natural, and fluent in any situation. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to impress anyone with your spoken English. Let's jump in. 1. Master the chunking technique. First up, let's talk about chunking. Chunking is about breaking sentences into smaller, logical parts or chunks, instead of trying to say everything in one breath. It makes your speech more organized, easier to follow, and more like how native speakers talk. For example, think about this sentence. I want to travel to Europe next year because I've always wanted to see Italy and France. Saying it all at once might leave you breathless and unclear. Instead, chunk it like this. I want to travel to Europe next year because I've always wanted to see Italy and France. Each chunk is its own thought, and pausing gives your listener time to process your words. To practice, take a paragraph from a book or article. Mark where you would naturally pause and read it out loud. Over time, chunking will feel effortless and become a habit in your daily conversations. 2. Use sentence starters to boost fluency. One big challenge English learners face is hesitation, especially when starting a sentence. This is where sentence starters come in. These are ready-to-use phrases that you can memorize and pull out instantly in conversations. Think of them as building blocks for your sentences. For example, to express opinions. I believe that, or, in my opinion. To ask for clarification. Could you explain, or, what do you mean by? To agree with someone. That's a great point, and I think. Here's a simple exercise. Choose 3 sentence starters each day. Practice using them to create sentences about random topics. For example, with, I believe that, you could say, I believe that learning English opens up more career opportunities. The goal is to train your brain to recall these starters automatically. It's like adding a toolbox to your fluency. 3. Practice sound linking for natural flow. Sound linking is a technique that helps your speech sound smoother and more natural. Native speakers often connect words instead of saying them separately. For example, I want to eat becomes I wanna eat. What are you doing becomes what you doing. This happens because English is a stress-timed language, meaning we naturally blend sounds to maintain rhythm. Can I have a look? Instead of breaking it into chunks like, can, I, have, a, look, link the words. It should sound like, can I have a look? Take a few common phrases or sentences and say them slowly, focusing on how the sounds connect. Once you're comfortable, try saying them faster and more naturally. 4. Question-answer mirroring for confidence. Ever been in a situation where someone asks you a question, and you freeze? This happens because you're scrambling to form a response. Question-answer mirroring can help you avoid this. Here's how it works. When someone asks a question, repeat part of it in your answer. This not only gives you time to think but also makes your response sound more polished. For example, question, what's your favorite movie? Answer, my favorite movie is The Godfather. Or, question, why are you learning English? Answer, I'm learning English because it's essential for my career. Notice how this structure guides your response. It's especially helpful in interviews, presentations, or when meeting new people. Practice with common questions and answers to build confidence. 5. Use the 3-second rule to stay calm. Do you feel pressure to respond immediately when someone speaks to you? The 3-second rule is a simple technique to give yourself space and stay calm. Here's how it works. After someone asks you a question, pause for 3 seconds before you reply. This moment of silence allows you to organize your thoughts and avoid sounding rushed or unsure. For example, if someone asks, "What do you do for work?" instead of blurting out an answer, pause, breathe, and then say, "I work in finance and I focus on investment planning." Pausing also makes you seem more thoughtful and confident. To practice, record yourself answering questions with deliberate pauses. You'll notice how much more composed and professional you sound. 6. Master emphasis with stressed words. Stress is a powerful tool in English. By emphasizing certain words, you can change the entire meaning of a sentence or highlight what's most important. Let's take an example. I didn't say he stole the money. Depending on which word you stress, the meaning shifts. If you say it like,
I didn't say he stole the money.
someone else said it, because you stress the word I. If you put more emphasis on the word he,
I didn't say he stole the money.
maybe someone else stole it. By emphasizing the word money, for example,
I didn't say he stole the money.
he stole something else. This is particularly useful in presentations, storytelling, and daily conversations. Try practicing with short sentences. Experiment by stressing different words and see how it changes the meaning or tone. 7. Build speech confidence with power phrases. Let's talk about power phrases. Power phrases are pre-crafted sentences that help you sound assertive and confident in different situations. Think of them as your verbal armor, perfect for presentations, meetings, or even casual conversations. For example, in professional settings, let's revisit this topic during our next discussion. In casual settings, that's an interesting perspective. Here's what I think. When delegating tasks, can you handle this part while I focus on the other details? The key is to write down 10 to 15 phrases that match your daily life. Practice saying them with a confident tone. Over time, these phrases will become second nature and make you sound effortlessly professional. 8. Leverage shadowing for pronunciation perfection. Next, we have shadowing. Shadowing is a powerful technique where you listen to a native speaker and immediately repeat what they say, mimicking their tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. It's like singing along with a song, but with spoken English. Here's how to do it. Pick a short clip from a movie, podcast, or YouTube video featuring a native English speaker. Play a sentence, pause, and repeat it exactly as they said it. Focus on copying their intonation, linking words, and stress patterns. For example, listen to someone say, "I'll grab a cup of coffee before the meeting," and try to match their tone and speed exactly. Over time, shadowing helps you internalize the natural flow of English and improves your pronunciation significantly. 9. Practice intonation contrast for engagement. Ever noticed how native English speakers don't speak in a monotone? They use intonation, rising and falling pitch, to make their speech more engaging. You can do this too with the intonation contrast technique. Here's an example. When you say, "That's amazing," your pitch should rise slightly on "that's" and fall on "amazing." Or for a question like, "Are you coming to the meeting?" your pitch naturally rises at the end. To practice, record yourself reading sentences with varying emotions, excitement, curiosity, or even doubt. Compare your intonation to a native speaker and adjust. This will make your speech sound more dynamic and keep listeners engaged. 10. Use the storytelling formula to sound captivating. Finally, let's talk about the storytelling formula. Storytelling is an essential skill for sounding fluent and interesting in conversations. It involves structuring your thoughts in a way that grabs attention and flows naturally. Here's the formula. Set the scene. Start by describing the context. For example, last weekend, I went to a local market in my town. Add details. Include vivid descriptions like, it was crowded, with colorful stalls and the smell of fresh bread everywhere. Share the action. Explain what happened next, like, I found a handmade necklace that I couldn't resist buying. End with impact. Conclude with a reaction or lesson, such as, it reminded me how small things can bring so much joy. This technique helps you practice organizing your ideas while keeping your listener interested. Try storytelling about your day or a past experience and watch how much it boosts your fluency and confidence. Now that you've learned these 10 expert techniques, it's time to take action. Start with one or two that resonate most with you, and practice consistently. Thank you for watching. Which technique are you most excited to try? Let me know in the comments below. If you're ready to take your spoken English to the next level, like and subscribe to the ACA Global YouTube channel. See you in the next video.